Welcome to NTA Network News. We are, however, sorry for starting behind schedule as a result of the coverage of the 2015 presidential election. My name is Kirian Umayo. Thanks for joining us. As a mark of a statesman and unprecedented in the annals of Nigeria's political history, President Goodluck Jonathan has accepted defeat in the presidential election and has phoned General Muhammadu Buhari to congratulate him for his victory. Former head of state General Abdulsalami Abubakar confirmed this after his National Peace Committee met with President Jonathan at the presidential villa. Shegun Lawole reports.
The National Peace Committee, led by General Abdulsalami Abubakar, during a closed-door meeting with President Jonathan, was full of gratitude to the president for exhibiting statesmanship by accepting defeat, described as unprecedented in the history of Nigerian politics.
We were at the middle of a meeting with the international observers to try to see how we can still water the tension down. When gladly I called General Buhari, we were going to see him. He told me Mr. President has called him at about 5:15 and congratulated him and conceded defeat. We were spellbound. And the reason we have come here is to thank President Jonathan for this statesmanship. In the history of Nigeria, I think this is the first time where a contestant has called his rival to congratulate him. And through this point, President Jonathan has always maintained a point that the blood of Nigeria is not worth his presidency. And by his action, he has proved that.
The committee reiterated its call on all supporters to continue to maintain peace following the announcements of results and the latest development, as Nigerians are commended for their peaceful conduct at the polls.
And I will appeal to all politicians, those who are celebrating and those who are sorrowing, to please give peace a chance, to be moderate. In any contest, there is always going to be a winner. And President Jonathan has accepted that he lost, and we want to thank him. On behalf of Nigerians, I want to thank President Jonathan for being the statesman that he is.
In the State House, Shegun Lawole, NTA News.
Of Tuesday morning session at the INEC National Collation Center witnessed a rowdy session as the PDP agent Godswill Rubebe publicly protested what he called non-acceptance of a PDP petition to the commission. Ignatius Sunko reports that INEC chairman Professor Tahiru Jega also briefed party agents on the Rivers State Election Committee findings.
You cannot respond here. 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 He cannot respond here.
You have made.
The people said he did it in his office. Let him go to his office and respond.
That was the atmosphere at the floor of the National Collation Center. For more than 30 minutes, the PDP agent Godswill Rubebe protesting that his party's complaint should be addressed by INEC chairman. The Commission's chairman, Professor Tahiru Jega, took time to address the issue as raised by the PDP agent.
I have started collation. I cannot be receiving petitions in this hall, on this platform. With regards to what you said about results published by, allegedly published by APC on his website, you know, I do not give results to anybody.
The rowdy session eventually gave way for the continuation of the presentation and submission of presidential results from states.
The summary of the presentation by the committee that went to Rivers, we do not believe that the allegations are substantial enough to require the cancellation of the entire results in Rivers State.
From the International Conference Center, Abuja, Ignatius Nkwo, NTA News.
The Senate has pleaded with Nigerians to remain calm, orderly, and exhibit high sense of patriotism and responsibility in response to the outcome of the presidential and parliamentary elections held on Saturday. Leader of the Senate, Victor Ndoma Ewa, made the appeal while addressing newsmen shortly after the adjournment of plenary due to lack of a quorum. National Assembly correspondent Adam Sambo reports.
The Senate plenary, which resumed this Tuesday after a 2-week recess, could not last more than 5 minutes due to lack of quorum. The Senate President David Mark described the poor turnout of the lawmakers as understandable due to the high political activities in the country. The plenary has therefore been adjourned till the 14th of April this year to enable the lawmakers celebrate Easter and partake in the governorship and state assembly elections. Addressing newsmen shortly after, the Senate leader, Victor Ndoma Egba, commended Nigerians for the peaceful conduct of the last elections, but said the peace enterprise must be maintained even after the announcement of results.
We should be lawful in our conduct. We should not take the laws into our hands. Election is a process, so whatever the outcome, after the process, we still have further processes, so we should follow the law.
Senator Ndoma Egba regretted the inability of the Senate to pass the 2015 budget in good time, saying, however, that there is no cause for alarm as far as the running of government business is concerned.
Under the Constitution, you operate the old budget until June, the recurrent aspect of the previous year's budget. So there's no constitutional lacuna. We still have a budget.
There were expectations that the budget would be passed by the Senate on resumption of plenary. In Abuja, Adamu Sambo, NTA News.
Less than 1/3 of the 360 members of the House of Representatives turned out for Tuesday's House sitting. Putting that in perspective, National Assembly correspondent Ifeanyi Okafor tells us that what transpired was not far-fetched from the national mood over release of last Saturday's election results.
Tuesday's plenary was rather short as members were unable to form a quorum in line with the rules of the House of Representatives. The situation Speaker Aminu Waziri Tambuwal described as unprecedented in the 7th Assembly.
So many constituencies' results were only declared late yesterday. And of course, we're all waiting for the main one, the presidential announcement. So, Leader, I think we are adjourned tomorrow as agreed by the leadership.
House Leader Mulika Takonde Adeola moved a motion to adjourn plenary to reconvene on Wednesday, the 1st of April. From the National Assembly, Ifeanyi Okafor, NTA News.
For more results from the National Assembly elections conducted last Saturday, here is Oyeyemi Ajayi.
Ali Wakili of the APC clinched Bauchi South Senatorial, while Suleiman Nazif of APC won that of Bauchi North, just as Isa Aman of APC emerged in Bauchi Central. Meanwhile, former Governor Senator Danjuma Goje and former Deputy Speaker House of Representatives Usman Bayiru Nafada, both of APC, have been declared winners of the senatorial elections for Gombe Central, while Senator Joshua Lidani of PDP has been re-elected for Gombe South. Also from Cross River, Bubra Etong Federal Constituency, Michael Etaba of PDP wins with 43,106 votes, while Darigbe Agon Darigbe of PDP won Yala Ogoja Federal Constituency.
The Minister of State for Works, Prince Adebayo Adeyeye, has joined other Nigerians to commend the peaceful conduct of Saturday's elections, especially in Ekiti State. Ayodeji Ogunsakin reports that the presidential candidate of All Progressive Alliance, Alhaji Musa Ayeni, has accepted the outcome of the election.
In all the 16 local government areas of the state was conducted under peaceful atmosphere and witnessed an impressive turnout of voters. Some stakeholders who spoke with NTA News appreciated the peaceful conduct of people and described the innovation to the polls as an indication of growing democracy.
We hope that at the end of the day, the result will be acceptable to all participants, across the line.
The election has been very peaceful and orderly. People came out enthusiastically, and people are voting in an orderly fashion. There is no rancor, no argument.
I also expect that INEC will learn a lot of lessons from this, will have the patience to guide the people properly and do the right thing.
I want everybody to accept in true faith whatever is the outcome of the election.
As they allow peace to reign during the time when we are voting, they should allow peace to reign after the voting.
Everyone, let us maintain the peaceful atmosphere.
They enjoined stakeholders to work on the challenges discovered with a view to correcting them before the next polls. In Ado-Ekiti, Ayode Jogunshakin, NTA News.
London, Bikusu Abdurazak Oduoye reports that Nigerians in the diaspora have commended Nigerians for successful voting without resort to violence. Her report.
The diaspora say, though the campaigns were tough, they are happy at the peaceful conduct of the polls and proud of Nigerians for not resorting to violence.
I have to say that I'm really very happy about the conduct of the people.
So many elections, they are fighting, doing rubbish, but this one is perfect, clean.
I think this time around, they are very, very good. I think the security is there. They make sure that everything is okay.
It's no problem. We never heard that there is problem everywhere, and that happens.
On the use of the card readers, they had this to say.
Because the card election was showing that if you vote one time, you can't even go to another place to vote the second one. Because they will see you, they will know.
The only reason they are not, there is no fight or there's no war in Nigeria is just because they introduced the card reader.
It's good because there's what's called fingerprinting and everything. There won't be any one or two things so that somebody can go another side to go and vote. There's nothing like that.
Aspirants also advise Nigerians to continue to maintain the peace as we have no other country than Nigeria, irrespective of who wins or loses the elections. From Peckham, London, Bilkisu Abdurazak Oduoye, NTA News.
Executive Council and members of the UK chapter of the APC appreciate Nigerians for voting General Muhammadu Buhari without violence. In a statement by its publicity secretary, Philip Ilebadenem, says they are optimistic that the incoming APC government will bring positive changes in the economy, especially with the rich pedigree of General Muhammadu Buhari as a prudent administrator and his commitment in fighting corruption and promoting peace and unity in the country. Nigerians have been commended for conducting the Presidential and National Assembly elections in a peaceful atmosphere. The International Republican Institute, IRI, gave the commendation in Abuja while briefing newsmen on their observations during the Saturday's elections across the country. Correspondent Bas Ita report.
That Africa and the entire world is looking forward to a smooth transition by Nigeria. The voting process was completed despite long hours of delay in some polling units. They commended INEC for promptly reversing to the voters' register in some units that experienced card reader failure. Members of the delegation said they were impressed by the improvement in the electoral process by INEC compared to the 2011 elections.
Overall, the delegation saw some improvement in the Independent National Electoral Commission's administration of the electoral process, including completing and implementing a new strategic communication plan and gender policy, and most significantly, introducing new technology in an effort to bring about greater transparency to the process.
To ensure the success of future elections in Nigeria, the delegation advised that INEC should intensify training on the use of card reader. In Abuja, Basi Taikbang, NTA News.
Watching NTA Network News. We now take a short break. The news continues thereafter.
The two most urgent security challenges confronting the sector are terrorism and vandalism. The vandals are declaring war.
We can win this battle.
With our combined cumulative effort, that Nigerians will indeed do it.
As we prepare for the forthcoming election, Nigerians, let's put a stop to vandalism of PHCN cables, telecommunication cables, illegal bunkering and vandalism of petroleum pipelines, which have resulted into pipeline fire explosion, killing and maiming of lives, causing environmental degradation. Stop vandalism, including ballot papers, ballot boxes, polling booths, INEC offices, and collating centers before the long arm of the law gets you.
The Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, protecting lives and the nation's infrastructure.
Wisely, as the Debt Management Office Nigeria offers you an opportunity to invest in Federal Government of Nigeria bonds. FGN bonds are debt securities of Federal Government of Nigeria, issued under the authority of the DMO. FGN bonds offer several benefits to the investor. 1. Principal and interest are secured by the Federal Government of Nigeria. 2. Are listed and traded on the Nigerian Stock Exchange. 3. Can be used as collateral for borrowing. 4. Investors receive regular income in the form of interest payment. 5. Can be sold before maturity if the investor needs cash. You can directly contact Stanbic IBTC stockbrokers, who is the government stockbroker, or any licensed stockbroker. You can also buy at the primary auction through banks and discount houses. With as little as 10,000 naira, you can invest in FGN bonds at the primary auction held every month or any business day. Contact Stanbic IBTC stockbrokers or other licensed stockbrokers today and be part of this great investment opportunity. FGN bonds. Prosperity for all.
Here is a misconception of the well-off and successful.
We actually absolutely love to be pampered.
Chocolate in the hotel room. Love it. And a first-class flight. Love it. Gift baskets, coupons, and all that great stuff. Love it, love it, love it.
So when they tell us that with a Glow postpaid plan, you get a Glow high-speed internet data bundle,
flexible minutes
to call any network locally or international destinations at any time of the day,
and free
SMS. What did you really think we were going to say? Yes, please.
Get exceptional deals with new Glow postpaid smart plans for smart people. Call 080-500-2200 or contact your Glow World manager or any Glow World outlet for details. Go ahead. Glow Unlimited.
Good people of Nigeria, during the general elections, accreditation of voters will take place in all polling units from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. Card readers will to verify the permanent voter's card presented by each voter. Names of voters who pass the verification by the card reader will be checked in the voters register and duly accredited. Voting will commence at 1:30 p.m. till the last person on the queue has voted. Do not come to the polling unit with another person's voter's card. Keep away from the polling unit if you do not have a permanent voter's card. This message is from the Independent National Electoral Commission,
supported by the European Union through the UNDP Democratic Governance for Development DGD2 project. I'm making your vote count, consolidating our democracy.
Introducing Smart Connect, we get plenty of to allow you to talk, text, and browse nyafu for the money. Say you know say with just 200 naira recharge card, Airtel they serve me with 200% bonus to yarn more with any network.
Now you not call me your fiance.
Relax. In fact, I don't buy your own address. As correct vessel, anytime I recharge 200 naira and above, Smart Connect they serve me with free internet to browse. If you want to make your family follow you enjoy, buy your 4-in-1 family pack for the price of one.
Oh baby, this girl too na family and friends.
No carry last to buy your Airtel SIM today.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
After a dry night in Pampers, babies can achieve so many things. Introducing new and improved Pampers for a dry and comfortable night of sleep, thanks to our new stretchy sides and super gel that absorbs and locks in wetness better than other diapers. So your baby starts the day dry, making every morning.
Focus on Africa, our top stories.
Congratulations, you are the 2014 BBC African Footballer of the Year. Merci beaucoup.
This is the underwater hotel room.
Hi, this is Victoria with the BBC Minute. 60 seconds of
the Thanks for staying with us on Network News tonight. The police says they are on red alert nationwide to avert any possible breakdown of law and order that may trail the outcome of the National Assembly election results. The force has again advised all law-abiding citizens to go about their normal businesses. Bonaventure Wudu reports.
First spokesman Emmanuel Ojukwu says hourly reports across the Federation reaching the Inspector General of Police indicate that there is no cause for alarm.
We're not expecting any problem. But should there be any throughout the Federation, all the commands, the men are fully mobilized, they are motivated, and their morale is high. We have the determination to be firm. So should anybody plan to make trouble, such a person will not be allowed to have an easy ride through this country.
He said surveillance aircraft have been deployed to monitor development in all the zones. And in Abuja, the Commissioner of Police, Wesin Inalegu, disclosed that a motorized joint patrol of the police, the Nigerian Civil Defense Corps, the Federal Road Safety Corps, the Department of State Service, and others will be on 24 hours patrol and advise all residents to be peaceful.
We continue with our intensive motorized patrols. Plainclothes officers are all over the place, well to respond to any exigency that might arise. But right now, I want to assure all that FCT is very calm, is very peaceful.
Commissioner urged the residents to help police with the prompt information. Mr. Nalagu also said that the police can be reached with the following numbers as quickly as possible. In Abuja, Bonaventure Wood, NTA News.
The democratic cycle is not complete without the judiciary, so is the electoral process not fully determined without the input of the judiciary. In his special report, judiciary correspondent Femi Okewo looks at the role of the judiciary in the electoral process of Nigeria.
In the 33 years history of the FCT High Court, Justice Bukar is the first chief judge to be accorded the honor of a valedictory session. This, the organizers say, is a reward for his hard work and honesty in discharging his duties. Justice Bukar, who joined the FCT court 22 years ago, said the judiciary remains the last hope of the citizens and therefore urged judges to ensure that they dispense justice without fear or favor.
The judiciary has done great, and we hope to achieve more towards making the judiciary more great.
Minister of Justice and Attorney General of the Federation, Muhammad Bello Adoke, said the judiciary must educate the electorate and politicians on the need to be peaceful during and after elections.
I'm also pleased to report that the Administration of Criminal Justice Bill, which is expected to improve on the administration of criminal justice in the FCT, has been passed by the National Assembly and is awaiting presidential assent.
To the members of the bench, Bar and his family, Justice Bukar is an epitome of hard work and honesty.
He's a total and incorruptible judge.
It's a very proud moment for the Bukar's family to see him retired after 23 years of being a judge.
The Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Mahmoud Muhammad, witnessed the ceremony. In Abuja, Aliu Tukur, NTA News.
The role of the judiciary in entrenching the democratic process through peaceful conduct and adhering to the provisions of the Constitution has been emphasized by stakeholders at the valedictory session held in honor of the Chief Judge of the Federal Capital Territory, Justice Ibrahim Bukar, here in Abuja. The report. Well, the report may still be coming to you in the course of this bulletin. Now we'll move on. The federal government has declared Friday, 3rd April and Monday, 6th April as public holiday to mark Good Friday and Easter Monday celebrations. In a statement, the Minister of Interior, Comrade Abba Moro, enjoined Christians and Nigerians to extend the spiritual benefits of Easter celebration, which are love, peace, justice, and kindness, to their daily living by contributing to the development of the nation. He also urged Nigerians to use the occasion to pray for peace and unity across the country. As Nigeria concludes the presidential elections, Business News takes a look at the economy after elections, plus closing figures at the Nigerian stock market. Here is Chiazalam Ekie on Business News.
Good evening and welcome to Business Segment. The 2015 election has certainly come and will go, but the after effect may linger for a long time, given the anxiety that characterized the business climate. Right here in Abuja, the nation's capital, a survey indicates that business activities are in their lowest ebb, as some businessmen in this relaxation sport watched with rapt attention to know who Nigeria's next president will be.
Tense describes my emotions more right now.
Things are not going other way because many people are around to the village, so things are not really moving as before.
The way I expect it is not the way it's going, but whatever happens, to God be the glory.
The Utako market visited indicate that there was relative calm as the players narrate how they are faring.
We are very peaceful here. Nobody they run anywhere. See, this one a Muslim, this one a Christian, this one a pagan, this one a this. We all they sell.
We didn't open yesterday. We didn't open on Sunday. We didn't open yesterday. This is today Tuesday that we just say they just open and know what is going on. So, and this is where we are.
Meanwhile, the Nigerian Stock Exchange All-Share Index increased by 1.73% after Saturday's election. The markets, however, closed today on a positive note. And that's it on Business Tonight. I am Chiazalameki. The news continues.
You're watching NTA Network News. We'll now take you to our Lagos Network Center, where Jennifer is standing by with news making the headlines from that zone. Hello, Jennifer. It's over to you.
Reacting to the outcome of the presidential election and setting the agenda for the incoming administration. Those who spoke to our correspondent, Musa Tolias, did not mince words on the sectors of the economy they expect improvements.
Some residents believe that the Independent National Electoral Commission lived up to expectations.
The election was very good, free and fair.
They conducted the election especially beyond even my expectation.
There's one nation in the whole world where you have 100% pure election. But at least if you have tried up to 80%, it's okay.
Some of the respondents expressed their expectations of the new administration.
He go do us well now. Put many factories, that's what we want. So the poor people can work.
It needs to focus more on diversifying the economy, and it also needs to focus more on the issue of unemployment.
We want peace to rule and reign in this country. That is just what we want.
Electricity. Once electricity problem is being solved, certainly the economy will pick up.
I expected him to focus more on education because without education, there's no way that any country can move forward.
I want them to construct the road and improve on health facilities.
The transformation agenda of the federal government is targeted at reviving dormant sectors of the economy. The Director General of the Industrial Training Fund, Juliet Chukas Oneko, stated this at the engagement seminar with the organized private sector in Lagos. John Battiman reports.
The Director General noted that the transformation agenda emphasized growth in manufacturing, agriculture, power, solid minerals, tourism, road infrastructure, and other critical sectors. The Nigerian Industrial Revolution Plan and National Enterprise Development Programs are policies put in place by the federal government to ensure that quantitative advantage is turned into productive gains. The Director General said the objective of the program is to provide skills to support the Industrial Revolution Plan.
So far, 74,000 Nigerians have been trained in different technical and vocational trade areas. Most of the trainees secured immediately.
With the theme Zero Oil Policy and Nigeria's Economic Growth, the ITF perspective had participants from all the training zones in the southwest.
We're currently carrying out a major skills gap survey in key growth sectors of the economy, at the end of which we hope that we'll be able to identify the gaps that exist in the economy, and then how many of these gaps, and be able to train more people to fill up those gaps.
Papers on catalysts for economic growth and growth strategies in transition economy were presented at the event. The seminar is to generate ideas that will enhance the diversification of the nation's economy. In Lagos, John Batiman, NTA News.
Nigerian consumers have not enjoyed commensurate protection due to several factors, among which are impunity in doing business, rivalry among regulatory bodies due to seemingly overlapping functions, as well as protection of self-interest by trade associations. The Director General of the Consumer Protection Council, CPC, Dukwe Atoki, highlighted these factors at a public lecture in Lagos aimed at addressing the abuse of consumer rights. Annie Daniels reports.
The Director General, Consumer Protection Council, Dukwe Atoki, noted that consumers still contend with drop calls, unsolicited text messages and calls, poor network, delays or cancellation of flights, just estimated billing, non-refund of fares by drivers when their vehicles break down. All this, she says, have persisted because of consumers' belief that complaining to government regulatory agencies will yield no positive results. She says the public lecture on the state of consumer rights protection in Nigeria is to enlighten consumers about their rights and privileges, as well as where and how to seek redress.
Consumers should, as a first start, begin to be proactive in ensuring that they fight for their rights from the first level, and if it doesn't work, then the CPC is available to be contacted to carry out the necessary intervention.
The Consumer Protection Council is the apex consumer protection agency of the federal government and has been at the forefront of promoting and protecting consumers' rights through its strategic initiatives. In Lagos, Annie Daniels, NTA News.
Wait, I dey call my bed. Very call me, important call. Play game. My carry don't finish. What you concern me for carry don't finish? I'm gonna play game. Junior, I dey come. Very important call. Beg, run fast here. Buy me low credit here. Run fast. I top. See what I want to do now. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hey! Play. Make I load my credit. Play game. Don't dull me. Mama Kemuche don't arrange. Every corner they wait for me. When I load them. Do quick, make a beat you, make a go. Thank you. Sammy, where blow overload to throw you go?
Get 5 times your recharge guarantee from 200 Naira. When you load 200 Naira, you get 1,000 Naira. And when you load 1,000 Naira, that's a whopping 5,000 Naira. Also, get 4.5 gigabytes data for 2,500 Naira only. 5 times bonus. Dial *200# to register.
After a dry night in Pampers, introducing new and improved Pampers for a dry and comfortable night of sleep, thanks to our new stretchy sides and super gel that absorbs and locks in wetness better than other diapers. So your baby starts the day dry, making every morning one to be proud of. New Baby Dry. Dryness guaranteed or your money back.
Don't you wish your mommy was fine like mine? Yeah. Don't you wish your mommy was smart like mine? Yeah. Don't you wish your mommy could laugh like
And that's why every mom should take 3 Crowns milk with low cholesterol to help stay fit and healthy so she can take extra care of her family.
Don't you wish your wifey was hot like mine?
3 Crowns now comes in powder.
Causes the body to sweat, which attracts germs that are easily passed from one to another.
What keeps you so cool, man?
Dettol Cool combines Dettol's protection with added menthol to protect from germs. Cool gives you maximum protection against germs every day from head to toes and an invincible icy feel. For super cool confidence, use Dettol Cool. Maximum protection against germs every day. Causes the body to sweat, which attracts germs that are easily passed from one person to another.
What keeps you so cool, man?
Dettol Cool combines Dettol's protection with added menthol to protect from germs. Cool gives you maximum protection against germs every day from head to toes and an invincible icy feel. For super cool confidence, use Dettol Cool. Maximum protection against germs every day.
And you're welcome back here in Abuja. And we'll go back to the report on the special role of the judiciary in electoral process, where we told you that Femi Okewo took a special look at the role of judiciary in the electoral process in Nigeria.
The presidential system which Nigeria currently operates stands on a tripod. The tripod of an executive arm of government, the legislature, and the judiciary. To get into the first 2 arms, those who so aspire must first pass the test of elections. The third arm is a career arm, described by the Nigerian Constitution as the judicature, and which cannot be occupied by anyone who is not qualified to practice as a legal practitioner. It is this quality that makes the judicial arm of government the constitutional arbiter for other arms and carrying such duty into the elections of members of the executive and the legislature.
The electoral process entails a lot of disputes. By the constitutional provisions, the judiciary is the only body empowered to resolve any disputes arising therefrom.
As defined by the Electoral Act, Section 133 to 143 of the Act contains the role of the courts in determining those who become the candidates or eventually emerge winners in any election. However, this is only when contestants dispute the results of the elections. Both the electoral umpires and the judicial arbiters agree that the seeming overbearing involvement of the judiciary as the final determinant of any electoral process is a sign of the low level of confidence in the electoral process and the internal mechanisms of the political parties. In the 2007 general elections, about 1,200 cases went to the election tribunals. In 2011, less than 1,000 went to court. While there has been a marked improvement, both INEC and the courts hope for the day when the internal process of the political parties selecting and the general electoral process will be so convincing to the politicians that going to court will not be necessary. But that is not for now, because already leading up to these general elections, close to 500 pre-election matters have already gone to court from all parts of the country. For the 2015 general elections, the president of the Court of Appeal has already constituted the election tribunals, while the Chief Justice of Nigeria has inaugurated them. In Abuja, Femi Okewo, NTA News.
We'll now take another commercial break. The news returns in a moment.
15 presidential elections, matters arising is the focus on NTA Tuesday Live this week. Tuesday Live. Incisive, informative, and engaging. Don't be told. Join us.
At 10, Fumi wanted to be a chemist. At 15, an engineer. At 17, she was accepted into a prestigious university, followed by tragedy. Her father died. Yet, at 21, she still graduated top of her class. Choose life. Book a plan for the ones you love and keep the music playing long after you're gone. Mansard Insurance, for life and living.
The body to sweat, which attracts germs that are easily passed from one person to another.
What keeps you so cool, man?
Dettol Cool combines Dettol's protection with added menthol to protect from germs. Cool gives you maximum protection against germs every day from head to toes and an invincible icy feel. For super cool confidence, use Dettol Cool.
Dettol. Be 100% sure.
After a dry night in Pampers, babies can achieve so many things. Introducing new and improved Pampers for a dry and comfortable night of sleep, thanks to our new stretchy sides and super gel that absorbs and locks in wetness better than other diapers. So your baby starts the day dry, making every morning one to be proud of. New Baby Dry. Dryness guaranteed or your money back.
More reports on NTA Network News tonight. As part of the transformation agenda of the federal government towards reducing unemployment in the country, about 90 graduate interns have been employable skills to enable them excel in the labor market. The training organized by the Graduate Internship Scheme, a component of the Subsidy Reinvestment and Empowerment Program SHOPI, is aimed at encouraging young graduates to be self-reliant. Correspondent Justina Etim reports.
Director, Graduate Internship Scheme, Mr. Peter Popka, says in line with the federal government's resolve to diversify economic base of the country, the Graduate Internship Scheme has keyed into non-oil sector to develop capacity and skill needed to complement the oil and gas sector. He said the SHOPI initiative has yielded positive dividends as the country is now witnessing the growth of many small and medium-scale enterprises and cooperative societies due to increased manpower. Mr. Popka, who was represented by the Principal Administrative Officer, John Obande, said though the training is primarily for graduate interns, the GIS has included partnering firms for enhanced capacity in service effectiveness through staff assessment and official etiquette. President JR Nigeria Limited, a consultant trainer to SHOPI Graduate Internship Scheme, Timothy Gandu, speaks on the achievement recorded so far since the inception of SHOPI.
Successes recorded so far is seen in the pleasantness and the receptiveness of the interns at the program designed for them. You can see that our youths and our unemployed graduates are quite happy and satisfied with this as a project.
Some of the participants commended SHOPI for the program, noting that the scheme has contributed to the reduction of unemployment and overdependence on the white-collar jobs in the country. They promised to judiciously utilize the knowledge gained at the training.
The scheme is well packaged. From the little introduction that I've gotten, it's well packaged. And I know after this program, at least I have a lot to benefit from it.
We intend to improve on our skills. We intend to ensure that, we learn a lot of skills as to impact on the Nigerian society to make the place a better place for everybody.
SHOPI was established in January 2012 by the federal government to ensure the effective and timely implementation of projects to be funded with savings accrued from the removal of subsidy on petroleum products. In Calabar, Justina Etam, NTA News.
Watching NTA Network News. I will now link up with Enugu Network Center, where Chegon is standing by to give us more stories on NTA Network News tonight. Hello, Chegon, you are on now.
Thank you, Kieran. Good evening and welcome to Enugu. President Goodluck Jonathan has performed the groundbreaking ceremony for the 2,790 megawatts Ebonyi Independent Power Plant at Oferepe in the local government area of Ebonyi State. Chinaza John reports that when completed, the power plant will be the largest in Africa.
President Goodluck Jonathan, represented by the Minister of Power, Professor Chinedu Nebu, said with the country's current electricity capacity of 4,500 megawatts, the Ebonyi power plant will in no small measure improve power supply in the country.
The largest power station in West Africa is 1,320 megawatts. You are doubling that.
Governor Martin Elechino said that the unbundling of the power sector by the federal government encouraged the state to embark on the project and expressed optimism that it will transform the economy of the state and nation when completed.
Today, we are seeing light in the tunnel, and we are optimistic. This project will indeed be the real transformer of Nigerian economy.
The project, which will be executed under a public-private partnership, will be done in phases to generate 2,790 megawatts to 3,900 megawatts of electricity through a system turbine generators. From Oferebe in Ikwo local government area, Chinasa John, NTA News.
That's it from Enugu. Over now to you, Kirian, for more on the news.
All right, thank you very much, Chegonu. Now, South African Power Chairman resigns amidst controversies over incessant outage. And United Nations conference underway in Kuwait as about 60 nations converge to raise funds for rehabilitation of Syrians. These and more on Global Tidbit with correspondent Ronke Kolawole.
The chairman of South Africa Power Utility has resigned, sequel to calls for his dismissal over allegations of interfering with operations which the people believed is responsible for the power outage that had rocked South Africa in recent times. In Uganda, John Kadgezi, the top state prosecutor in the trial of the 13 men accused of a deadly Al-Shabaab bomb attack, has been shot dead in Kampala by gunmen on motorbike. A report from Syria says at least 30 people, including women and children, have been killed by Islamic State militants in a government-held village in central Syria. Meanwhile, a United Nations donors conference set up to raise billions of dollars for Syria is underway in Kuwait, with the host country, the
Well, I'm afraid that's the much we can take on NTA Network News tonight. This is to enable us to rejoin INEC Collation Center here in Abuja for more results declaration. As a matter of fact, the final results declaration will now join our colleagues there, Cyril and Kudia Bubakar.
8.